we went to Panama City with, Jackson's friends and their parents, which is awesome.
That was so
really,
much fun.
really fun.
Good.
And every night the guys
gelled.
would watch Band of Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah,
best
they
show
go
ever.
upstairs.
Best show ever.
It really is. It's a brutal, very realistic World War II movie. And, but there was one scene where it's this guy who's a young soldier, and he's in battles, and he's just freaking out, and he freezes, and he's just basically standing in his foxhole, and he's got that look, and he's just not doing anything. And one of the good soldiers or whatever just comes up, and he basically tells him, your problem, I know your problem is that you have hope. Because he says, you have to realize that you're already dead.
Dang.
And him saying that turns this kid around, and he just okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that kind of to me, that kind of to me in marriage is the same thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But hope is not the hope I saw is that when you're in marriage, it's you die to yourself. It's this whole trying to cling on to this,
Christ.
your life and you're just the way you want things to be, instead of just digging in and saying, okay.
It's
You don't necessarily lose
really
hope,
good.
but the hope is in dying to
The hope
yourself.
is in yourself and in your dreams and
dying
your
to
own
yourself.
perception, the way you think things should go on your own.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
real
that's
hope
me.
is dying to yourself, like in a sense.
Yeah.
That's what Christ
For
did.
sure.
I was listening to Kevin James. He was on Joe Rogan.
Oh, I listened to that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was talking about similar thing to that is he's always struggled to lose weight.
I wrote this down.
And it was so cool because his insight was awesome because he's like,
I wrote it down. Do you remember what it was? Go ahead.
You can go for it if you wrote it down.
It was just like there's a louder voice saying, don't do the thing, but you need to let your weaker voice be the boss.
Yeah.
And the weaker voice says, no, we're going to do this thing. Even though you're, the loud voice at the time was like, don't do it. Sit on the couch. You just did a lot.
Yeah.
But you got to let the weaker voice be the boss. Is that the part?
Yeah, no, exactly. He said, like, if you were to go to my house, you would think The Rock lives there with all the gym equipment he has. He's like, Joe, me and you, we started jujitsu at the same time. I was so excited. I bought all the equipment for it. I thought about it. And then it was like a week later, and I was like, I'm really going to get sweaty on the floor with these dudes and roll around.
You got to put on the gi.
Yeah. You let all those little things
do all this
be the
stuff.
boss.
And so he's like, I don't know. I went away with it. And he's like, I can do something for like a very short amount of time. Like he lost 60 pounds in 3 months or something like that.
He fasted for 40 days.
Yeah. He fasted for
40 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Only water. And he's just like, but I put it back on in a month because I just like, and then Joe was like, I listen to that little voice in my head that's saying like, I don't want to do the cold plunge today. And then I'm just like, well, now I got to do the cold plunge. And then he like punishes himself for not doing it. He's like, no, I got to do it for a minute longer. And like, he allows that voice, which is, Kevin James explained it, was dying to yourself. It's like the thing that your body doesn't want to do, but it's actually the thing that's good for you. And it's actually like I was actually wondering if Kevin James was a Christian because that's an extremely
I thought so
Christian thing to do and mindset to have. It's just like the things that you're thinking about and wanting to do that make you feel good, you have to set them aside to be like healthy.
But Joe Rogan was actually saying a lot of the stuff about, superseding that questioning voice, which I thought was good. And then Levi had something on his Instagram that kind of falls in line with that idea about the faith and feeling thing. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, it was.
I had you send it to me because it was like.
It was cool. It was basically the premise is like, what if the, I can't remember the first part he said, but what if like.
Authenticity.
Authenticity and effort
would have been
are not mutually exclusive. Like they're not the effort isn't the opposite of authenticity is what it was.
Means if you're trying to do something, well then that means it's not really authentic. If it's authentic, then you'd want to do it.
Right. That's what the guy said. Yeah.
Which is cool because I'm like, man, I think that in its own, I think that all the time.
Yeah.
Where it's like, in order for me to be authentic, it has to be effortless.
Right.
So I have to almost like, I have to not try. I think it might be a Midwestern thing, like the whole like Midwest brag.
I think it's over.
I didn't spend that much money on it. Like I didn't put in as much as I got out, and that's more valuable. But what he was saying is like, it could be the same thing, especially with your relationship with God, is what he was saying.
Yes.
He's like, what if the moments where I don't want to read my Bible or I don't want to pray are the most true form of love? because I'm setting aside what I want. And instead it's not me being, inauthentic. It's not me being like not myself or fake. He's like, it's actually me being it's a true form of love to set aside what I don't want to do or push through what I don't want to do. And not like to be ashamed that I don't want to do it, but to do it anyway.
Yeah, it was good.
Because it's so like good. A real
Because if you think of the opposite of authentic, it can seem contrived. So really when you're not used to doing something, it's always contrived.
Yeah.
Because you're not accustomed to it. You're not used to it. It's not your norm.
Yeah.
So you got to get past that. And that's what this guy says. It's not feelings. It's a faith. Just have the faith that you'll have authenticity.
Well, it's like motivation. You're like, well, I'm going to wait to do this till I get motivated. Well, most things you're not going to be motivated to.
Right,
but you find like even with working out, the doing motivates you.
Yes.
It's just the reversed.
That's another thing.
It's the other way around.
Yeah.
That was another thing I saw. Someone said, you don't need motivation. You need consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, because you can be motivated to do anything.
Yeah.
But that's just a thought. That's just
Exactly.
a mental thing.
I think that's what in the Bible, like that's exactly what it teaches. It's like a daily discipline. And like there's these, like sometimes our ideas of Christianity is like this grandiose picture of life changing, which is true. But in a way, it's a daily bread manna situation. It's just like a simple daily choice to follow him when it's difficult. Like I heard something the other day, like, worship is not singing songs in church. That's singing songs. Worship is obedience to Jesus and what he tells us to do. Yeah. That's your spiritual form of worship. For sure. And so he's like, you can go to church and sing songs, that's fine. But like, don't call that worship. It's like that daily, even with exercise or whether it's eating or studying or whatever it is. It's like, that's a daily commitment to doing those things. Then it becomes a part of your life. Then it's who you are. And I think with Christianity, like, or whatever it is, it's like, if we don't make these things a part of your life, it's always going to be a struggle because it doesn't even seem like, because it's not coming out of you anymore. It's not authentic, a part of you, because you're not actually practicing. But now, like you playing guitar, it's like, because you practice so much, the creativity to do it is flowing because you have the basics covered. Yeah. And so now everything when you sit down in guitar can be like basics already accomplished. And now it's like, now what can I create with it? And so like, but if you didn't if you didn't grind, you wouldn't have that.
Well, and it's like with comedy, it's like, that's the one thing that, I was a kind of, I had a lot of quit in me, if I didn't like it,
for sure,
doing something. Whereas with comedy, it's a constant, like you said, consistency is that I put myself in positions where you've got that sharp pain, that day of, you have to be in front of people doing your thing, but it's working through that. Yeah. It's saying, I'm so glad that I did that, because in anything in life, it's always, you're paying up front,
Yeah.
You're it's not like a credit card where you're going to pay later. You're doing the work now. And
because the word authentic,
you're always glad you did.
Yeah.
This might be an old thing to bring up, and maybe this is from a few years ago, but a lot of people throw that word around, authentic. Do you think that's still an issue today? And I think, do they really know what that means? Like, that's not my authentic self. Or, have you heard this?
Yeah, I don't think people know what the authentic self is.
And I think,
once again, like with the Married at First Sight, people don't know what the end game is.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no plan.
Yeah.
And they think, I think they believe it's just going to work itself out, and it's just not.
Well, the other thing is like, what the heck is, I don't want whatever my authentic self is. It's like, I don't want that.
That's what I was thinking.
Because it's negative.
Yes,
because if I just did what my authentic self would do, it would be probably pushing people out of the way and just doing what I want to do.
That's what I was picturing too.
Which is just like a horrible thing to do. And that's why it's like all stems from dying to yourself. So
but I think they blame it. I think they blame their behavior on being authentic.
Yeah.
So they'll say or do crappy stuff, and they'll be like, well, I was just being authentic.
Yeah, I was just keeping it real. Well, you don't have any friends.
Well, can't you? Yeah, you got to keep it. Yeah, sure, keep it real, but like also,
for sure,
like do it in love. Like,
well, we're watching
walk in love.
You guys were watching The Bachelor last night.
Yeah.
And I came in at one part, and this girl was like, yeah, I know it didn't work out between us, but I just like found the answers I was looking for in myself.
Yeah, I was like, what does that
even mean?
Ooh, that sounds empty.
Like what?
Unless she was talking about God, but she didn't sound like it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, okay, she found the answers in herself.
She found her answers for the questions she had in their relationship in herself. which is the whole dating
to work on
yourself.
No, she's an Instagram influencer now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
She found out that the show gave her a lot of followers, and so herself came to the conclusion that she's going to start doing brand deals.
So that worked out. That's
well,
she was
like
on.
it was kind of cool today because I went to Walmart, which is super cool.
Love
but no,
that.
I went to Walmart and I was like trying to park and pull into this spot, and there was kind of like a girl, and she had a cart, and she I could tell she didn't really know where her car was, like she didn't really know where she was going. And so like at one point, like I was about to like pull into this empty spot, and she was like kind of standing in the middle of it. So I just like had my blinker on, was waiting, and then she like got mad at me and like lashed out. Like I could see her like yelling at me and like, and I was like, oh, that was weird. And then I just was like, I kind of gave her a look like, what the heck? And then I like kept going. And then while I was in the store, I was like, you know what? I release her from my judgment in Jesus' name. Like
that's good.
I bless her. And like, I was like, Lord, I thank you that like she lashed out at me, because then her brokenness was like brought to my attention, and now I get to pray for her.
That's cool.
And now I get to like pray blessings over her life.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
like may that be like the best mistake she ever made. That like maybe she like lashed out in anger towards a stranger, but I get to be a stranger that has Jesus, and I get to like turn my like hurt into like something that's good, you know? And it's like, that's part of dying to yourself is like, it doesn't have to do with me. She's not mad at me.
Right.
Like she doesn't know who I am. Like who knows what the frick is going on in her life. So it's like, why don't I be the person in her life that's able to like pray blessings over her? And
that's hard to do. And that's not a natural.
Well, because you're in your pride.
That is the opposite of a natural.
That was not your authentic self.
That is your true self. Your authentic self is to like
hit her with your car.
And in my pride, I wanted to like walk over to her and be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I would like, but then it's like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it seems authenticity, it gets confused with, I think it's just a fear of losing control.
Yeah.
Like it's a control thing where like when I want to be authentic, I just want control of my life. But then when I have control of my life, I ruin it. So it's just like, you know.
I'm the last person who needs to be controlling my life.
My authenticity is poison to my life. It's not positive. It's just
honestly like one of the best prayers I've ever prayed has been like this was before I met Luke, and you know, like when you're young, you want, who am I going to marry and all this, you're always thinking about it. And I just remember being like, you know what, God, like you know me more than I know me. Yeah. And you know what I need more than I do.
Right.
And so like, I pray that you just bring someone along in my life that like you know that I need, you know, and instead of like, oh, he's like 6'5" and this and this, and if he's not any of these, he's not the man for me. You know, like girls do that. They'll be
really?
like, he's
but
checking.
You know what? He may not be
he's checking all my boxes.
6'5" isn't that tall. 6'5" is not that tall.
So you got Luke who's 5'6".
5'6".
Right,
just
I got
flip it around.
You got it backwards because
short king.
Instead of a 32 on their ACT, maybe they got a 23 on their
Luke
ACT. Just flip it around.
Lord, I'm just praying for a strong 6, at least a 6.
So it's an Irish guy.
But no, it's cool because it's like with that, God can do so much more than if you're like holding on to like, no, he has to be this and he has to be that and like whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, God knows, obviously. And then there's things in our relationship where I'm like, I didn't even know that I would need this in my life. And I didn't even know I needed to correct like certain things in my life that like, now that I have corrected them, like my life is so much better.
Yeah.
And so I don't know.
And that's what happens is
that's with everything
what,
too.
You know, like with marriage, with Heather, she is the voice that I need in my head a lot. Like, why are you eating
at midnight? You're tired. I say this every night.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm just
you're not hungry.
I'm just
you're tired.
A little bit. I'm having
half.
I'm only having half of a wafer bar.
Which, by the way, I don't say this all the time. I only say it when you eat like past 11. I'm like, you're just tired. Go to bed.
Yeah, and it's right, because in my authentic life, I would be like, I want somebody who's just gonna, you know,
let me do the
make a sandwich for you.
Yeah. Oh, you're eating 2 bowls of cereal at 1 a.m.
Let me make it for you.
Good God, yay!
I love you for you.
I love you for being authentically you. You're crazy. You're just what God wanted me. I just wanted a moody husband throughout the day who gets to eat whatever he wants all the time. It's working. And I found that in my true self.
I found those answers in myself.
I mean, I'm my own inner coach.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it's true. And that's why people like, they don't know what marriage is. Yeah. It's like, it's
they just want
that.
They
like,
want somebody to just applaud.
Yes.
And just,
that
and
is
just,
what they want.
Yeah.
This is, you are doing great.
Yes.
Just tell them how great they are. That's what people want to know.
It's because, like, you know,
How
girls,
much of a
I'm
queen
the
you are.
queen. I deserve to be, have this, this, and this. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like, the cool thing about the way God created guys is they actually want to give all those things to you.
Right.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
But, like,
that
that's not what it's about. So.
I think it ties back to the what's his name, Kevin James thing.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I think the thought of the thing is more enticing than the actual thing.
Right.
And a lot of people, and I was thinking about this for
It's true.
myself. I was thinking about, I've been thinking about like relationships. It's like, okay, like reframing how I think about when I'll be in a relationship or whatever. And I'm like, if I looked at it right now, I feel like I'm too selfish in my thought of relationships because I'm like, it is that thought of somebody who's like this for me, or like somebody that could do this and that could help me in this way. And I'm just like, man, I'm never gonna, I'm gonna think about this and never do it because the thought of it is way more enticing than the actual thing. I feel like because then I'll talk to somebody in a relationship who's like going through it, and I'm like, that sucks. I don't want that in a relationship. I want all the cool things. But it's like, you know, it's like anything you do Muay Thai, and you're like, for a week, I knew a strong week. And then, you know, authentic me wants to not do this anymore.
It's crazy though, because humans, we like literally never learn. It's like New Year's resolution. And then you set yourself up for failure, and then you get hard on yourself, and then you just go back into the things you were doing previously. That's why it's a daily discipline, and it's patience.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's patience.
I was thinking about like King David and that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was like, someone had like some word over me that is similar to David or whatever. And I thought about that, and David, like King David, it was like there's a lot he didn't do before he did anything of notice. Like in the Bible, you see the whole thing, but like to anybody else, he's just just a little works with sheep.
Just a little guy.
He plays some songs. He brings bread to his brothers, and you know he was kind of like he was all in from the start. But in reality, it took a lot of him doing a bunch of other stuff, and the same thing with Joseph. It took a lot of him being in prison. And being basically at the point of God, just kill me now, which he definitely could have done, but he didn't. And then it turned into like the patience reward.
Yeah, Joseph probably wasn't this. I mean, he was his favorite of his father, but he had probably some issues.
I'm sure
that needed to be worked out. He was probably a little arrogant.
Well, one like imagine telling that dream to your brothers, and not reading the room.
Yeah.
You know.
Then imagine being right.
He was right. He was right.
Imagine being like, see.
Yeah, especially that'd be wild.
Yeah, but when it came to fruition, when he was like the second in line, and he meets his brothers again, then he's in a different place.
Yeah.
Whereas before he wasn't, going to rub it in their face. It was almost like this is.
But if he was born into that, then he would be entitled, and then probably not have that humility. Like if he wasn't going to prison and seeing the position that.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's a great point.
Crazy. I don't know. I think it's that. But also his purpose was not just for him to get back at his brothers. It was like he essentially
he saved Israel.
The line of Israel because he was able to persuade the king and be like, these are also our people.
He
and
saved
brought him into Egypt.
all of Israel through that action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was patient. And as
when you really say what it is, it's like, wow.
It's amazing.
It's like crazy because I'm doing the Old Testament Bible Project thing.
Oh, yeah.
And the patience thing's crazy because Jacob waited 7 years and they got Leah.
Right.
And then another 7 years, he's like, I guess I'll just do it again for Rachel. And then they couldn't like have children and it was weird. And then a bunch of stuff happened. But then Joseph saved Israel, obviously through God. But then like Pharaoh took over Israel and made them slaves and then mistreated them. And then it's just like these people that are like just sitting there waiting and then being super humble and having faith in what God is going to do. And then they like do this one crazy cool thing. And then eventually they mess up and then whatever. But it's
all
like,
of us,
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I know you made me think.
Well, because it is, I was thinking back when we were talking about like, dying to yourself, like even Jesus had to like die to his flesh because like before he like was going to go to the cross, he was like, Lord, like, take this from me. I don't want to do this.
Right.
But he was like, but even still, it's like your will be done.
Right.
And like even Jesus had to literally die to his flesh.
Yeah.
He was
Which is
part
crazy.
flesh. Yeah. That just proves that he was
And
part
so it's
flesh.
like, if he had to do that, imagine how much more like,
he was God,
you
but
know,
he was
we
flesh.
struggle with
And
that.
I think the big part of that, why that was so significant, because, you know, Jesus is God. He is the Word that became flesh, and through him, that's how we see God. He's the perfect personification
Yes.
of God. So he basically, you're being disconnected from yourself, really, from in the Trinity aspect of it. That was the big deal. That was the, you know, the pain of the cross and all that. It almost seemed secondary to that. You know, why have you forsaken me? Why that disconnection? I'm gonna, you know, just being separated from that. And I don't know theologically, you know, just the separation for how that worked.
Yeah.
That was the tragedy. You know, that was what I think he was like, God, you know, don't get me through. I don't want to leave you.
Saying,
I don't want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, right. He
Not
was anticipating what the separation.
yeah,
Right.
that makes
That's
sense.
interesting.
That's wild. Yeah. I didn't think of that.
This episode of the Tim Hawkins podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. You ever find that just as you're trying to fall asleep, your brain is like, hey, I'm not tired. Here's 1,000 thoughts I'm going to dump on you. But I want to sleep. Nope, I don't want to. Here's some things I want to put on a loop for the next 3 hours. Well, it turns out one great way to make those racing thoughts go away is to talk them through. Therapy gives you a place to do that, so you can get out of these negative thought cycles and find some mental and emotional peace. You know, therapy has been a great experience for me. It's just maintenance for ourselves. New challenges come up all the time. New coping skills are needed. Therapy helps you set healthy boundaries and puts you in a position to grow and create and control the things you have control over. Give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Hawkins today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Hawkins. But I think about these things deeply. I'm just
Deep thoughts by Tim.
I'm a very,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah.
I like
You
it.
are though.
You are.
I know you're
when I get
mocking, but
if
you
you're
are.
on a subject, you have like crazy insights.
Yeah.
Even the dating thing of how women on a dating app have so many choices, so then when they see a flaw, then they write it off. Like that's
Yeah.
a very, very
Well, it's
thought out
buyer's
answer.
remorse to
Yeah.
the nth degree.
It
Like
is.
when you go to a shop, sometimes you just want one choice. You ever been to a shop and there's
Yeah.
30
Yes.
and you're like,
You're like,
Yeah.
I came
Yes.
for this thing, but now what?
now you're stressed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's why I love like little markets like Menino's and stuff. It's like,
Yes.
oh,
Exactly.
there's
I
only
love
one type
Menino's.
of pickles.
I know.
This is great.
So good.
There's only one ranch bottle. Like,
Yes.
there are no other choices.
It is good.
I have to
I
get
love
this
Menino's.
one.
one salsa,
Yeah.
one olive oil.
Yeah, exactly.
How far are you from
great.
Menino's now?
Like 12 minutes maybe?
12 minutes.
Wonder how
That's
far
great.
we are. I think I would. Oh, I love going to Annie Gunn's.
There's nothing better than a small grocery
Oh,
store.
it's so great. We were talking about like if we had our own supermarket, who in our life would like where would we put everybody?
Most people meant to the meat market.
Yeah,
Levi's the meat.
We put mom and
He's the
Levi
deli.
in the deli
Okay.
All right.
because
I've
we were
worked
like
deli
they
before.
would like fight and then like kind of like
And then
Hey,
Levi-
mom,
they would like talk to everyone and then they kind of bicker and then it'd be like funny and then
Hey, I
it'd be like
love bickering.
loud.
Can
and,
we?
like,
I'm gonna go up
good.
to the counter and you're behind at the deli.
All right.
Yeah, I just took a number.
Role play.
Hello.
14. 14.
I'm 14.
What do you want?
I don't know. I can't read your
What do you
signs.
want?
15.
No, I didn't. I wanted turkey. Do you have smoked turkey?
Yeah, I got smoked turkey.
You can see it in the
Do you have
case.
salami?
Yeah, I got salami.
Can I get some?
It's a deli.
Well, you sure can, or else I wouldn't have it.
How much is it?
this is so accurate.
What? How much do you want?
I want 1.5 pounds.
Of which one?
Turkey.
Would your voice go that high?
Pound and a half of turkey. Hey, Ma!
What?
Half turkey.
I got it.
How much salami?
Pound.
Pound. What was it?
A pound.
Pound of salami.
All right, coming up.
What else do you want?
Cheese.
Oh, you just want cheese?
What kind of cheese?
Hey, Ma!
Yeah.
Give him a pound of cheese.
What
Hey,
kind?
son,
What kind?
hey.
I don't know. He said
Stop,
cheese.
listen, son.
You're not
Nicky,
in the deli.
Nick, stop yelling at the customers.
No, Dad's in the produce.
Okay.
He's stacking.
I can hear us.
He's stacking apples right
Look,
now.
I'm spraying the lettuce right now, and you're like causing. It's just meat. Get him what he wants.
Oh, he asked for cheese. What am I supposed to do? Give him a cow?
You have any of that potato salad you had last week, sir?
Does it look
Does it look like I got potato salad? 15?
He wants to help somebody else.
15.
Hey.
16?
No, wait. I think. What's your favorite?
16?
He goes, 60.
What's my favorite?
Yeah, like what's your favorite deli meat?
Hey, Ma, bring a whole pig.
Gotcha.
You're buying a whole pig. It's $600. Next.
$600.
$600.
You know his name is Archie too.
And then you go up to the cash register, and it's him still.
Yeah,
Sweet.
And you're like, wait, I thought you were back there. You go,
that's my
that's
brother.
my brother.
It can't be. Actually, the brother's really nice because the cashiers are always really nice.
Yes.
Okay, literally,
Menino's hair.
we planned
How'd you
out
find
a whole
everything?
market based on this. We are like, our cashier would be Caleb.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, oh,
yes.
Betty, you got
that ulcer taken
gas
care of?
again. You know, he
And
would
then
just
what
be
were
so
the
friendly.
others?
So you're buying gas
And then
X again.
Brendan would be a bagger.
Brendan's
yeah.
a bagger.
So it'd be Caleb and Brendan. You know,
That's
it'd be
sweet.
like
And
a
it
duo.
does get more aggressive by the time you get to the meat.
Yeah.
The meat is like the alpha males. And then by the time the cash registers and the cart guys.
What are you calling
like,
Brendan? That's not very nice.
He's a bagger.
He's a
He's an
smiley
alpha.
guy.
It slowly gets more.
He's a nice alpha guy.
Man, grandma is also a cashier. Grandma
Oh, yeah.
Nelda.
Yeah, no, all Brendan says all day,
She makes the
paper,
pies.
plastic.
Paper plastic.
Grandma
Grandma makes
bakery.
the pies.
Grandma's
Huh?
bakery counter. Bakery counter lady is the sweetest lady
Yes.
you've ever
Yeah,
met.
always
yeah.
at the front.
And she
Perfect.
makes the pies.
Always at the front.
actually.
It's because it always smells the best when the bake's at the front.
Oh,
Yes.
seafood. We said our friend Eli.
Yeah,
Because he
Eli-
wouldn't know what to do. I don't.
Seafood guy's kind of timid.
I don't think I'd hire Eli.
Yeah.
Would.
Wasn't it Eli?
Hey, wreck business.
No,
No,
I do.
Eli knows
Eli and
what's
Yeah,
Sam
the
are
seafood guy's a little more
janitors.
beta, a little more,
Yeah.
little more feminine,
Well,
Wait,
you got
what?
a little
more agreeable.
Wait, then not Eli. Let's rethink.
Like
Right.
No, Eli works. I wouldn't know. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say feminine.
No, they're a little feminine. I
Who
agree.
is?
I
Like you get
Not
the meat
feminine,
guy.
but-
Well, because they
like
wear the
there's-
little beanies.
a little less
Seafood
combative.
guys?
There's definitely
They're boatmen. They're seamen.
no. Like if you're at home.
Guys, just move on. Move on.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
They're boatmen.
SEA. Go on.
I agree.
See, amen.
Guys.
No, hey, men of the sea. We'll just call them
Yes,
that.
the men of the sea.
Men of the sea.
Men of the sea.
Definitely.
That's a word.
It is a word.
9 years old. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't feel like
Sorry,
it.
it's so late.
it's so funny.
It's like, how long have you guys been doing this?
Oh,
what?
we haven't. I've never known a time where I haven't been doing this.
No. Tonight. What time did you guys start? I wasn't here.
Turn the air up.
What time did
Honey,
you
turn
start
the air up.
this podcast?
Luke's getting hot. He's sweating over here.
I don't know. 5:30,
6:15.
6:15.
6. What time? How long have you been going?
This will be a double episode.
Almost 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, it's a double.
We'll
We
just
gotta-
double up. It's perfect.
We'll double up.
That's good. Double up.
double
Hey,
up.
double up.
All right.
That is a genius, though.
Yeah.
Idea.
It was
about-
actually so
everyone-
fun. We ended up making a whole town, like
Yeah.
the bank teller and the laundromat
And the witch,
and the witch.
Wow.
The
It's
town.
a
Witch.
Wizard
the
of
sound
Oz?
witch.
Emma.
the police.
She
The
works at the post
pastor.
office.
Yeah.
The witch.
Emma.
Yeah.
Not even.
She's a postmaster.
Yeah, women at the
slash
post
witch.
office are little.
The local gossips.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just go around and
Libby
gossip.
loved the guys at the post office in Cottleville. Though.
Oh, they're awesome.
Do you?
They were her favorite.
Awesome.
I think
They're
that's
amazing.
my
the only
end
good
goal
post
is
office.
I want a town. I want a whole town. I want to own it. I want to be the
Yes.
mayor. I want to be big and fat. I want to be big and round and be the mayor and wear a tuxedo everywhere.
What's your
Wearing,
name?
driving a big, like one of those big Chevrolet convertibles with
Oh,
the
for
horns on the
sure.
front.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
He
the
wears
old
a
mayor was a
pinstripe
big guy.
suit every day.
Man. I want to be a
Smoking
mayor of some
cigars.
steel
Smoking
town.
a big stogie.
Yeah.
We're getting a train running right through here. Sure, it's going to knock down 400 houses, but that's the risk we're willing to take.
He's still holding on to his sideburn hair. That's all he has left.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Man,
the circus is coming to town.
It's got to be great.
I saw one of them moving pictures the other day. I want to be one of those.
Moving pictures.
That's so funny. Has Spencer told you about the neighbors that they have that live as if they were in the 1930s?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you?
I so want to meet him.
Yes.
Well, they
talking about?
moved.
I know they moved.
So
How did
they
they? Never mind.
literally like
Buy horse
dress
and
like they're
Yeah, I
in the
was gonna say that.
1930s. They only use and buy stuff that is like from the 1930s.
Yeah.
Like
downtown.
Isn't their whole friend group like
their
kinda
whole
like
friend
that?
group is like
It's
that.
quirky. Yeah, they had different things.
Like Keegan was like they were cool, but like, isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hey,
Like,
life is
I
what
don't
you
think
make
I
it.
Is crazy.
They use like landline, like they like do all
I
that.
love that.
Yeah. Like typewriters.
Like the old crank phone, you put
Yeah.
the thing.
What do they
up to
do
your
for
ear.
work?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
They own
But-
they sold their house and moved to another.
Dear operator man,
Can I do it like my daddy can?
he's a seaman on the sea, on the boat. History, yeah.
We'll finish that song one day.
Yeah.
you will.
We will.
I think we should do
won't.
that, but like the 1730s. That's what we should live
17.
with
I
the
like
big
that.
stockings and the wig, the powdered wig,
The Pilgrim.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
I'm going to give
terrible,
my
wouldn't it?
kids typhoid.
Yeah.
typhoid.
Give my kids TIE fighters.
I'm going to give them TIE fighters. A long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
Far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
That's
well,
funny.
I like that idea of creating your own
It's very fun.
special world.
Everyone out there, because I forget the people are out there. You guys should create your own grocery store.
Yeah, make your own grocery store.
Of
Make
your
it up.
people. With your peoples.
I'm the CEO, of course.
Of the town or the
Everyone's
grocery store?
Yeah,
grocery
this is
store. I'm the
copyrighted.
CEO.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. It's the chain. You're opening a franchise of my store.
So
What's the name?
could this be
Huh?
a game?
What's the name?
Lenny's.
Could you make this a game like
I could see
that?
that.
Lenny's 24-hour meat
a nice-
market
no,
and
call
pharmacy.
it like Lenny's
Lenny's.
Mercantile.
Okay.
like
Lenny's
a nice
Mercantile.
That's
like
old.
a cursive L.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just regular
like-
E-N and Y.
I'm for it though. I love grocery stores because
Yeah.
in North Carolina they got banging grocery stores.
They're
Really?
They're
like heaven.
amazing.
they're
like
What's great about them?
imagine
so.
Whole Foods, Deerbergs, and
Costco.
Menino's and Costco had a baby,
Yeah.
and it was a good baby.
What's it called?
I don't know if I can
I've been
imagine
to the
that.
there.
Wegmans.
Wegmans?
Is one
Oh,
of them.
Wegmans.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
have that in Minnesota
nice.
too.
It
Yeah.
is nice.
So nice.
The
I like-
bakery is
I do like that
amazing.
one.
Yeah.
They make like legitimate sandwiches, and their salad bar doesn't look like it's been out for
Yeah.
24 hours, and
That's
the
nice.
lighting's nice, and the fruit is all perfect, and everyone's nice,
Yep.
and it smells like
Yeah, it's-
cinnamon.
It's
And
amazing.
I think if grocery stores would just in general just improve their lighting. That's
Yeah.
the one
That
that
is what it was.
fluorescent.
That's what it
yeah,
was.
that is what it is.
It was warm
'Cause
lighting.
the lighting is too bright.
Warm lighting,
It
low
was
ceilings.
Luxurious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ceilings are so high.
I was like, I don't belong here. This is too nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was beautiful. That one, Harrison Teeter's another one.
Yeah.
Harris Tater.
Super
Harris
nice.
Teeter.
Taters.
So, but we love grocery stores.
we got our engagement photos in grocery store.
We did.
That's right.
So.
We
And
love
Costco.
them so much.
Yeah.
Do you guys go to Straub's ever? I like Straub's.
Oh, I wish.
Straub's
If I went
is
to
like
Straub's, I could get like a water probably. That's all I could afford there.
It's not always
So nice.
pricey. Those guys,
pretty expensive.
It's
Straub
always
family are believers too.
so
They should
nice.
believe
Believe in
in
high prices.
So
It's not all. They just have specialty stuff.
My
I
dad,
bought
Because I
Coach,
shop there over on
my dad
Skeeter.
went to the grocery store today. Mom was telling about Dad
Oh, yeah.
went to the grocery store. He got
A
a
watermelon.
container of watermelon, and he says it was $4. But then I looked at the tag and it said $10.
And you know how your dad likes to get a deal.
And he likes to get a deal. It's like I didn't
She
know
was
it was
laughing.
$10. Man,
And he was just appalled.
Was it like for a
that's got to
pound
be.
or
I
something?
think melon sales are
Maybe.
the mafia. There's something
For
shady
sure.
going on.
yeah, no,
Because you could buy a whole watermelon for $4.
yeah.
But then cut it down and put a little thing. $8.50.
Great.
How many
It was 10.
times?
This
But,
one was 10.
but you'd choose the 850 one.
You have
yeah,
done.
I would. Little
You have
salt.
done.
Yeah,
Eat it on the way in the car.
I
Can't
also,
be eating a whole melon in the car.
I think
cutting board.
You ever
in
done
the
that?
car.
Just cut it in half and eat it with a spoon while you're
Oh
driving.
yes.
Kind of.
There you go.
Kind of did.
I miss the
Made the
seeds though. It used to be fun to eat watermelon with seeds. And
Not a seed guy. Don't like watermelon
yeah, but
seeds.
it just seems it's more
Don't like it.
authentic with the seeds.
Well,
Yeah.
as we've learned from this podcast, don't
like
trust
my
things that are
Authenticity is a sham. No seeds.
That'll be our. That's a good sign.
No seeds. They're like,
be
what
so
is this
random.
cause about? I have no idea.
Authenticity's a scam. No seeds.
I'm not trying to change anything. I like it just the way it is. No seeds.
Well, it was seeds. Now it's not.
Yeah. That's the true point. Like that we are in the future is that we can de-seed a fruit.
I know it's
And
weird.
still
Dude,
have the
you can
fruit.
choose
Still
your
have
child's
the
eye
fruit.
color now while they're in
How?
the womb.
I've
How
heard
do you
about
do
that.
that?
I think that's BS.
I don't know how you do that. If I knew,
It's
That
called
would be pretty
bioengineering.
What color eyes would you want them to have?
oh man. Well, you can do hair color, eye color, all that.
That seems crazy.
I think I would pick.
Probably not.
Is that what
See,
you're-
here we are
Yeah.
talking
Video
about we
game.
don't even know what we want. Then now we're gonna decide.
exactly?
Even our babies.
Oh,
That's,
I know what
that's
my
what's
baby
bad. It's like the world is like, I can literally control everything down to the
Yellow
color
eyes,
of my
purple
baby's
hair.
eyes. What'd you say?
Yellow or orange eyes and purple hair.
There you go.
The next child.
The baby is a
You
liberal
know
jaundice.
that would happen.
Yellow eyes, blue hair. Next child.
That's crazy.
Blonde hair, blue eyes. Gotta have one.
Can I have one normal one?
Yeah, Levi, they had a kid. He's got yellow eyes, honey.
That'd be so creepy.
out with a big
Look like a snake.
head of purple hair.
Your kids are like you get a clown car. That's all your kids look like clowns.
I'm gonna name them all obscure countries.
Like what?
Like Azerbaijan. And Georgia.
Malawi.
Georgia's not obscure.
Georgia's normal.
Yeah, but now when you see a purple haired kid with yellow eyes named Georgia running around.
Ukraine, get over here.
Great. Botswana.
Yeah,
I
there's
like
some-
that idea.
Yeah.
You know what I think about-
Luxembourg, stop
African.
eating the cheese.
I'm so tired right now.
I am too.
I gotta go home.
Exhausted.
I gotta put a table together.
I gotta go strip this dresser.
Wow.
Timing,
do.
Long
though.
pause there.
timing on that
I
was
really
impeccable.
do.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It
Did
just
you get the
sounded
stuff?
creepy.
There's a good gel stuff.
Yes,
to use.
I got
Okay.
it. I got it.
Oh, we got the stuff.
Oh, we got the stuff.
We got the stuff.
All right, well, go build your tables.
We'll build our
Yeah.
tables. You build your towns.
We
Build your
gonna.
towns.
We'll build our
We
tables.
build our tables. You build your towns.
Yeah.
I am loving the Rolling Stones.
Love that.
Really?
I have found, I am,
The magazine or the band?
well, okay.
What? What do you mean?
No, just Rolling Stones. Just stones.
Rolling stones down the driveway.
Just stones that you see.
That's what Holland did today, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, my gosh, it's awesome. So simple, but perfect.
Love that.
But you mean this is
So
a
the
new,
band.
renewed love?
Just, I came around. I didn't really like them most of my life. And now,
Really?
and now it's
That
just,
I did not know that. We went to the concert.
it's just, it's
Didn't you
just
love that
good
concert?
stuff. Good. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. That was kind of the turning point. That was.
That was a while ago. But fun.
Anyone else?
Levi.
I'm loving
Sleep.
I'm loving the weekends again, baby.
Yeah. Isn't it
Oh,
fun?
yeah.
The
It's
weekends
fun.
are so great.
Adds a spark to
Yeah,
life.
it does.
It really does. I was like, man, I was just like, I've never been so excited for a Saturday, or
that
I haven't
fun?
been this excited for a Saturday since high school.
I know. I love that.
And so that's a fun feeling to get back.
Yeah, because you haven't had that for a long time. When you think about it, you were on the road with Dad on the weekends.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like looking forward to the weekends.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
you
for
were
the
you liked
longest
working,
time-
but not.
Most of
fun.
the stuff I would do would be all one just sporadic, but mostly on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like I did a lot of church, like work for
Oh,
church and stuff like that.
yes.
So it was always
That's
like my
working
Friday
on the
through Sunday
weekends.
was a busy time,
Yep.
and then the
That's
rest of it-
true.
Then
So
it's
like
been
I've
a long
had
time.
I've had like an inverse schedule for a long time, and I was really
Good
like
for you, man.
I was kind of
6
I wasn't
years, Doc.
panicking, but I was like a little very nervous because I was like, man, this is like a total wrench in my normal like schedule, like the normal way that I do things. I was like, but weekends are fun.
Aren't they
That's
great?
right. Weekends are
They're
the
great.
best.
You get to
That is
wake
so
up
fun.
a little bit later and do stuff. And everybody, all my friends also have regular work schedules, so that makes it even more fun.
Yeah,
'Cause, like we're
that's
all
really
off at the
good.
same time.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so great.
So that I think makes it even.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
do a lot of fun, good stuff. So that's awesome. I'm loving that we have this venue down the street from us, 7 minutes away, and that when we feel like going to a concert, we just look up and see who's playing and buy tickets that day.
That's fun.
That's just so fun because it's like, I feel like going to a concert, and we might not even know who they are, and we like the venue. It's very cool, very hip, and it's 7 minutes away. We just, last one's there. Well, last time we went though, by accident, we were the first ones there, and then they wouldn't let us go leave and come back. So I was like, we're stuck. But anyway, that's what I'm loving.
I'm loving watching Luke be a homeowner.
Oh, he's having fun
because he's like hanging stuff and like mowing the lawn.
He looks forward to it. He said,
"Yeah, he like loves buying tools now. It's fun." So he like hung curtain rods. It was fun.
It looked good.
Honey, where's the hose?
The hose?
Where's the hose? I can't find the hose. You'll have those conversations.
Yeah,
that has been our past 2 weeks. Is Luke asking me where stuff is?
I just bought one before we moved. Where is it? It's a hose.
Yeah, we lost our drill and then we just bought another one.
That's right.
In the move?
I mean,
it's fine.
Yeah,
I need to unpack still from our move.
It's going to be great.
Stuff I haven't unpacked.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be great. Awesome. China.
We're all China.
We're so tired.
I think that is funny with tired Trump. Melania.
Don't just stop there.
I wasn't going to do anything like that.
I don't know what you're going to do after some of the others.
I haven't brushed my teeth, but I got to get up because I have beautiful teeth.
Most beautiful teeth.
I love my toothpaste. Beautiful toothpaste. Makes my breath minty fresh. Fresh as breath. Smelling the breath.
What do you think Trump dreams about, real quick?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I slept last night. I was the king of the world. I owned China. It was great. Make China great again.
He is Joseph Dreams.
Make China great again.
All the stars bowed down to me.
Yes, all the stalks of hay.
I was playing whack-a-mole with Vladimir Putin. Winning every game. Whacking the mole. Beautiful moles, but they need to be whacked.
And I whacked them better than anyone.
Sleepy Joe. I'm Sleepy Trump.
It's going off into dream world.
I think Trump he's just like himself, and then he just goes right to sleep. There's no transition.
Yes, I see.
He lays down everything up, down.
He's out.
6 hours later, boom, me.
This is a one weird question.
He probably sleeps standing up like a horse. I get the feeling I've never seen him laying down.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think he wears to sleep? Is that too far?
His suit. The big old suit. He loses the tie a little bit.
In my mind, he wears like a matching set that's like blue stripes and then like a nightcap.
No, I see
that like goes over like that has a little ball on the end.
Like a beret.
He has a little ribbing around the collar.
I think he wears just a white t-shirt and big boxers, like really big grandpa boxers.
No, I
he has
picture
this monogrammed.
Yes.
Yeah.
He grew up like that. I bet he did.
I think he has just like layers that he sheds, but he never gets fully undressed. Because like when he golfs,
he's a never nude.
He wears the white, he wears like the white button up with like the white pants or like white shorts sometimes. I feel like that's the base layer. And then he just puts the suit on top of that. Big old tie, takes the hat off.
He just
washes
keeps layering.
his hair.
Him and Charles
He had like a built-in
body.
shower installed in himself. Like he does.
Yeah.
He just bathes from the inside.
He doesn't even shower.
No.
He just takes water from the sink and goes like that. Calls it a day.
Doesn't shower.
Man, I've never
goes
thought
like this.
about that.
He just goes.
Just a little.
I get a little dust.
And does.
It's showtime.
Oh my gosh.
Diet Coke.
Yeah, he bathes in Diet Coke.
Yeah.
All right, what's yours? What are you loving, Luke?
Fiend.
I'm so tired. I love
Bed.
beds.
He loves the bed.
No, I like owning a house. It's fun.
Yes.
Mowing grass. Mowing your own grass is different.
Yes.
Is different. Everyone.
Got a little spring to your step.
Do
you wear the headphones when you?
He likes to mow.
Oh, yeah.
He always liked to mow.
Of course. It's
Do
amazing.
you miss
Life.
mowing?
No.
But you used to like it.
No.
No, he liked it.
You still love it, and I'm like.
Dad used to get home from trips and we wouldn't
Just
even
mow.
see him. We just see him and we just see someone mowing our yard.
That was his. That was way to
Sipping down
decompress.
down the yard with that big orange mower.
It's therapeutic.
Just mowing.
Well, that's the thing that you start worrying about.
There.
Like now that you're like homeowners, like things that didn't concern you before now do. Like if you hear weird noise, that's like coming out of the wall.
You're like,
that's
money.
now you have to do something about that. Or smells. Like, okay, what's
Yeah.
Can you hear that cash register? Ding ding. How much is this going to cost?
That's true.
But don't let it get you down.
No.
It's all part of it.
So far, so good. 2 weeks in.
Well, things happen.
Every
week
house
in,
is a money
actually.
pit.
All right. Well,
I would love to be inside of a money pit. Big
be
old
fun.
pit of money.
What if you were in a
Mr.
money pit,
Duck.
but you were never allowed to get out of it?
I'd like it, I think.
You just want to stay there?
Oh, I'd just bring everyone in.
Oh.
How big's the pit?
But then we all have to stay there.
Everyone's in the money pit.
Then what are we going to do with it?
Have a bunch of money.
Have a money.
And
we
have
could
nothing
a
to do
money
with it
fight.
because you're stuck in the pit.
We throw money at each other.
So we could go around. Money.
The pit.
Wow.
I fell in the pit.
We fell into the pit. I fell into the pit.
Are you gonna put? Are you music? Are you outroing with music or?
Pit.
Yeah,
Night, night.
Lydia, you got to sing it with
Oh,
me.
The
I
pit.
fell
In the
the
Can I
pit.
end it?